Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is a new series here on TCGplayer. This is what I'm dubbing 12 Rare Runs. As you might notice, we're playing Magic Arena this week. I love Arena. I've been playing a ton of it. Honestly, it's the best thing to come to playing Magic on the internet ever. I think since, you know, the creation of Magic Online, Arena really is the future, and it really is quite a bit of fun. And I wanted to approach it in a way that connects to all of you watch the videos. I know not everybody is going to dump a bunch of money into the game, and that's kind of what I want to, that's kind of the level I want to work on. So it's in the title, 12 Rare Runs. We're going to do constructed events on Magic Arena with no more than 12 copies, no more than 12 rares of any kind. That's right, none of this, you know, Mythic Angels deck, stuff like that. No, we are going to be putting decks through their paces here on Magic Arena that have no more than 12 rares in them, because the rarity is the cost in Magic Arena. There's no dollar value to any of the cards. All that matters are what you're looking at right here. 6 Mythic Rare Wild Cards, 12 Rare Wild Cards, Uncommon and Common Wild Cards. That's how you make your cards, and an Assassin Trophy costs the same thing as a Drowned Secrets here on Magic Arena, and we are going to have a lot of fun with it. So, this deck is a Strictly Better MTG special. You might have seen it on Dev's channel earlier this week or last week, and if you haven't, you should definitely go check out his videos. Makes great work. We're going for this collaboration here. Hopefully in the future, as I make more of these, we're going to do some more. So Mono Blue Mill, for starters, we have exactly 6 rares in the deck, 2 Patient Rebuildings, 4 Drowned Secrets. That's it. If you're looking for a free-to-play deck on MTG Arena, this is one of them. It is so easy to build. You got to have some uncommons here, but you know what? That's what those wild cards are for. So how do we win? Well, 4 Psychic Corrosions. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 of their library into their graveyard. Pretty good. Put that alongside the other one here, Drowned Secrets. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. So we will destroy slower decks with this. We even have Patient Rebuilding. At the beginning of your upkeep, target player puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard, and then I draw a card for each land card they discard this way. And then it triggers all of our other stuff. The deck has so much going on for it. It's a really, really cool brew. So how are we going to stay alive and to draw all those cards? Well, we got Ops, Blink of an Eye. Blink of an Eye is perfect draw card. Gain some time. Chart of Course, probably one of the best draw spells they've printed in a very long time. Radical Ideas. Chemistry's Insights. And heck, if we're casting all these instant sorceries, may as well have a backup plan making some birds with Murmuring Mystic here. But then we also have removal. We have some Water Knots, Deep Freezes, Ways to Survive, and Memorial to Genius, because why not? So you go, everybody. That is the deck. Now, here we go getting into the games. So for those who don't know, MTG Arena has a lot of different ways to compete in events. You can do the competitive events, which is where the truly, you know, people who have full collections, etc., they go to play. We're going to be taking it a little slower than that. We're going to go to the constructed events here. And as you can see, they cost 95 gems or 500 gold to enter. And 500 gold is just 2 daily quests. Get 1 win a day for 2 days. So they're very easy to enter, very low stakes. The perfect place to try out a deck like this. So here we go. We're going to play till we get 7 wins or 3 losses. Don't know how you're learning along with me. I don't know how long the video is going to be. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know if we're going to win. I don't know if we're going to lose. It's not like I've put a ton of time into the deck. So it should be fun, and I'm really, really excited to get into Arena content. I love the game. I think it's just such a huge step forward for Magic overall. You know what? This looks pretty good right here. Drowned Secrets on 2, Psychic Corrosion on 3. Start drawing some cards. I'm in. Absolutely. So if you don't know, I don't know how many people are watching this are new to Arena overall. You may be used to watching my Mining Modern videos or something like that we do on Magic Online. Well, Arena, it's just so good and so easy to play games on. And we're playing best of ones here, so this shouldn't be too bad at all. All right, our opponent with the Wand of Vertebrae, huh? Self-milling. Okay. Well, you know what? If they want cards in their graveyard, I'm going to help them out because my hand is pretty solid. Drowned Secrets up first. I don't know if my opponent wants that or not. Oh, they're going to start milling. Okay. Oh, no, they hit the Dark Amoeba. Well, it is safe to say that by the end of this game, they're going to have 4 Narcomoebas. And oh, my gosh. Okay, well, they're blue-black. Blue-black dredge of some kind, I guess, for lack of a better term. We're going to take 1 from the Narcomoeba here. There's a Water Knot, so we can stop it later. But you know what I want to do? I want to get Psychic Corrosion down. I want to start milling my opponent. You know what? The thing is... oh no. Uh-oh. We may be coming to a premature end here. Oh, no. Mono Blue Mill up against the Arc-like Phoenixes. Okay, well, we're going to take some damage here. The thing is, if our opponent can't trigger it immediately, well, we're going to... Yeah, and this means they might not... Are they really... I hope to see... Oh my gosh, 2 of them, though? I was going to say, they're milling themselves. That seems good for us. It's just hope they don't get these back too soon. And the thing is, we can kind of answer them with the water knots and stuff, but it is slow. But you know what I think our best friend here is going to be is Murmuring Mystic. Because the thing is, if we can actually just block the Arc-like Phoenixes for long enough by making some birds, we can, you know, they're down to 36 cards in their library. We're at 50. We're making some progress here. You know, we might be able to, oh my gosh, they even have Creeping Chills in there. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this is going to be a tough one. But I think it is possible, especially if we hit our land drop for Patient Rebuilding, to just mill them out in the next 3 turns and, you know, find a way to not die in that time, especially if our opponent is casting 2 mana spells instead of 1 mana spells. So, that said, does seem fairly trivial for them to get the Arc-like Phoenixes into play at this point. Well, the good news, I guess, is that the Wand of Vertebrae, when it goes away, well, it only puts 5 into the grave, so it buys them another turn. This is the big turn, though. If we can dodge our opponent, bring back the Arc-like Phoenixes this turn, that buys us a lot of time, and I think that we're not going to be able to do that, to be honest. But we'll see. These Creeping Chills, this is rough. We're just going to take 12 damage this game. Well, that's big, though. That means they weren't able to do it that turn. We were not able to... We might as well just do this now, try to hit a land. We didn't hit our land, but we've got a little bit going for us here. Namely a blocker, although that is yet another Arc-like Phoenix. Yeah, we hit the land at least. We're making our opponent mill. They're down to 21. And let's see. I mean, we get to take 1 here. I think we're still dead, though. I think if I were to pick a matchup that is probably not a good one for Mono Blue Mill, yeah, it's safe to say that it's Creeping Chills and Arc-like Phoenixes. That's unlucky. Our hand was so good, too. We just had everything we wanted. Drown Secrets and the Psychic Corrosion. All right, they're going to cast Mission Briefing. That's another one you could add to our deck for what it's worth. It is a little slow. All right, let's see what they do. I mean, they can almost certainly transform them or bring them back this turn. They've got plenty. Yeah, I mean, they just definitely can. So the question is just, how bad is it going to be for us? Here's 1 Arc-like Phoenix, 2 Arc-like Phoenixes. Does look like a 3rd Arc-like Phoenix is involved. They're down to 14. Well, maybe if we can, maybe we can make them maybe we can make them go through. If we don't die this turn, maybe we can make them go through that many cards next turn. Although this Wand of Vertebrae is what's really going to get us here. Their deck's sweet, though. Got to give them credit for this one. This is pretty cool. It's actually the Creeping Chills have been the biggest problem. We could untap and, you know, use Deep Freeze or Water Knots to actually take care of the Arc-like Phoenixes, taking a little bit of damage from them. But, yeah, here they come. Yeah, that's 3 animations in a row. Doesn't feel very good. All right, how much damage are we taking here? 6, 7? Well, that's unfortunately leaves us dead to 1 more Creeping Chill. Blink of an Eye, not bad. In fact, we could Blink of an Eye this. Wait, can we do this? Blink of an Eye, no kicker, get rid of the wand. I do need to draw a card, so that's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to cast a spell. That puts them down to 5. I could then cast a Radical Idea, which would put them to 3. Which would then put them to 1. So then we need a land. So the thing is, I need to cast 3 spells or draw multiple cards. So I think maybe if I flash this back and hope to hit a land off of it, we'll get there. That's what we're going to try to do anyways. And we'll see if it works. I think it's worth the gambit at least. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Please don't hit Creeping Chill. Oh, we hit the land. We hit the land. They're down to 1. Blink of an eye. Return the wand? Is this going to work? I'd like to target them. Are they going to die? They died! We did it! We did it in 3 life! We did it! I can't believe we won that. Oh, that was great. That was incredible. I would like to claim my prize. What a start to Mono Blue Mill right there, everybody. I am willing to run that one back. That was awesome. I can't wait to dive more into Arena. I've been playing a lot. I had a big run of coverage where we were busy for a lot of events in a row for me, but I've been back home playing Arena a lot. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying the drafts on here. And I'm pretty excited to be making content now with Arena. I won't lie. I wanted to find a way that brought it to everybody sort of in the right way. You know, that wasn't just copying somebody else. It wasn't just delivering you boring standard decks, etc. So this is pretty exciting. All right, definitely into this. We've got a Drown Secrets. We've got a Psychic Corrosion. We've got draw spells. That is all we want or need right there. Looks like our... Oh, we get to go first even. How excellent. Pass the turn. We can opt to make sure we hit some lands here. I'm going to go ahead and put that Water Knot on the bottom. Draw. Yeah, we just want to find lands. Yeah, we're not there yet, but I'm going to go ahead and just cast the Drown Secrets here. Seems like a pretty good start. Everything else in our hand just draws a bunch of cards. So we get to see up to... we get to see 3 cards next turn one way or another, either with the opt and the draw step or the draw step and the Chart of Course. But I think I'm going to go with the Chart of Course. Discarding doesn't seem too bad right now. Yeah, discarding seems fine with us. Expansion. They're going to copy the Chart of Course. Okay. Well, our opponent's got a good deck over there. All right, they got rid of a Search for House Content and a land. Yeah, well, we hit our land. That's what matters here. They have Drake, so the deep freezes are probably good. Pitch a Radical Idea. Certainly makes the most sense to ship the Radical Idea here. I do think, depending on what my opponent does... Oh, wow, they're playing 3 colors over there. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and opt now. I really want to make my 4th land drop. Another Drown Secrets? Yeah. Fair enough. I'm just going to keep that one. We might miss our land drop, and that's going to be A-okay. Plus, hey, maybe we just won't. I could have gone for the Psychic Corrosion there, but yeah, that was somewhat playing around a counter spell. You want to surveil? You really want to put it in your graveyard? I mean, I guess you do. Makes sense. All right, that's fine, though, because I can just cast a Chart of Course. Hit them again. Discard another Radical Idea, sure. All right, so we haven't found our 5th land yet, but we do have a couple of Psychic Corrosions, and honestly, just result... Oh, no. That's a Nicol Bolas, comma, the Ravager. All right, got to think this one through there. 38. We're obviously going to deep freeze it. The question is whether or not I want Patient Rebuilding. Well, you know what? Maybe I get rid of one of these, because the thing is, I actually, if I hit land... I didn't, but... I was going to say, I don't even have to try to get rid of it right now. And I'm actually not. I'm going to take a chance here and go ahead and try to set up instead with the Psychic Corrosion. Because it needs 7 for them to transform it. I play this as a commander. It's my most recent commander deck. Nicol Bolas is so awesome. That's a pretty good one too, though. Okay, well, if we hit land, I think we're perfectly fine. We did not. We did hit another Drowned Secrets, though. So, couple options. I could Blink of an Eye away the Doom Whisperer. I could deep freeze any of them. I could also play Drowned Secrets and not do this, although I guess it actually mills the same amount. I could also just radical idea getting rid of, say, the Drowned Secrets or the Patient Rebuilding to try to hit another land to cast the deep freeze. I think that would probably be my best play, but actually what I think I'm just going to do here is go ahead and just kicker this thing at the Doom Whisperer. I just need to draw some lands. And even then, I don't know if we're going to get there because our opponent's going to get to, you know, surveil as much as they want here. But, all right, looks like it wasn't too bad. Let's see if we hit a land. We did not. Certainly not a card I mind pitching to the radical idea, but we definitely need to hit some lands or we're going to die very quickly. We were so close to getting the engine online here, just completely on time with the Patient Rebuilding. Just didn't quite get there. I mean, there's land number 5, but might almost be too late at this point. What does this do? Target creature or planeswalker. So it can't target us, and there are 26 cards. So I'm just thinking what happens if we play the Patient Rebuilding. You know, we probably get to untap. So on our upkeep, they'd mill. So they'd mill. Yeah, it's close. You know, we could just let them do this. What would they be returning? As long as they're not returning a creature or planeswalker that would just kill me, and I don't think that they are, I wonder if I can just tap out for Patient Rebuilding here and hope to just have a giant turn next turn. I don't think that's good enough. I also wonder if I could just let this thing resolve. Let it transform. Just let them spend their turn doing it because it actually kind of doesn't do much. Which kind of makes me want to just play Drowned Secrets and deep freeze the Doom Whisperer here. I'm going to give that a shot. I think we have to play somewhat aggressive here to actually work our way through their library before we just die. And I think, honestly, that might mean letting them have this thing and trying to kill them with this in play because it's not the end of the world. All right, so we're going to mill our opponent for 4 here. Yeah, this is, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I do think it's maybe one of our better options because we can untap. Our opponent's down to 19 cards. We can untap. We can play Chemist's Insight. Well, maybe. Making us discard cards. There goes our Patient Rebuilding. But honestly, that's not that big of a deal right now. We get to just play a Chemist's Insight. Then assuming we hit a land somewhere in there, we get to play Radical Idea. Our opponent doesn't have us dead for 2 more turns after this with the current board. We're going to get to draw a bunch of cards and just really go to work on their library over the next 2 turns. Not to mention that surveilling is it's actually a danger to our opponent. I don't think they did it because surveilling, not quite the same as scrying in a situation like this. All right, all that said, they do have counter magic up, and they have Eldest Reborn, huh? Yeah, I don't really care about sacrificing creatures. This was actually a complete do-nothing turn from our opponent. That was not good for them. And now we hit our land. We're going to make them mill, what is this, 6? 8? We're going to make them mill 8 right here? 4 from the Drowned Secrets and then 4 from the Psychic Corrosion? That's pretty good. We hit a couple lands. Well, I guess maybe I should have held on to my land drop. Punished, I bet. But we're not going to get a chance to do it now. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and Radical Idea here. Pitch the, I guess pitch the Memorial. There's just no way this is the final thing we end up needing. Mill our opponent for 6 more. All right, we hit another Radical Idea. All right. Just like that, our opponent's down to 3 cards. I don't know if that's what they were going for. You know, if they thought we were going to have that big of a turn or not. But that's why I took the line. We did it. We got there with Mono Blue Mill. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with this. This is awesome. It's great. It's a great way to showcase this. We have 6 rares in our deck, everybody. That's it. We have 6 rares in our deck. That is something. I know that games like MTG Arena Online that have this free-to-play model sometimes, Magic is a game that in paper, sometimes people think that it's pay to play. And, sometimes it is if you want to play the very top level of competition. But what MTG Arena has tapped into, this hand looks really nice. What MTG Arena has tapped into that I think is, oh, this seems like a bad matchup for us. Sorry, what I was saying is I think what Magic Arena has tapped into that nothing has in a very long time for me, or I think many people in Magic, is the idea of building with what you have. In paper, you build with what you have when you're starting out and you're at your kitchen table, but as soon as you start going to F&M, well, not everyone's on the same playing foot, right? Now people are just spending money to have the tier 1 decks, and it can be very difficult for you when you're trying to keep up. And I've been there. I remember that being me. And Magic Online is in many ways the same, right? But it's the same thing. Anyone can have the cards if they want. But MTG Arena, whether it's just a function of people not wanting to invest a bunch of money into it right at the start, or whether it's just because it's new, or whether it's just because there's this many more people at this level, it really does feel like people are just kind of playing old school kitchen table, schoolyard Magic, for lack of a better way to put it. Yeah, I just think it's really cool is all. So you can take a deck like this mono blue mill deck here, and you can beat some tier 1 decks just because our opponent's playing Experimental Frenzy. Okay. Yeah, just probably an actual mono red deck here. I don't know. That's just been my experience with Arena anyways, is it feels like everybody's kind of, well, if I can't just buy the best standard deck because I don't have the wild cards for it, well, what can I do to just put a deck together and play? And that kind of seems to be the way everyone's coming at it. And it's exactly what I had in mind for this series. So, as cool as our deck is, I don't think we have much of a plan against mono red. I imagine our best plan, we're just going to die so fast. I imagine our best plan would involve Murmuring Mystic. But even with our opponent missing land drops, even with us being on the draw, or on the play here, this is just going to be a rough one. I mean, we're looking at 3 damage next turn. I really don't think this is the winning line. I think I just have to, I guess, try to do this. There's no fogs, unfortunately. We do get to hit them for a bunch here. We very clearly were setting up to mill them out very quickly under a slightly different set of circumstances. As it stands, though, I wouldn't be surprised if we just die here. That said, we hit our opponent for a bunch there. You can see how well we set up. Against, pretty much any other deck, we would just untap, play Patient Rebuilding, and honestly, the game might just end at that point. As it stands, though, I don't really think we'll be getting another tourney. Well, maybe. Our opponents, they've just surely got enough burn to just finish us off. Well, that puts us down to 3. Think I can mill 35 cards this turn, everyone? And then not get killed in our upkeep? Yeah, me neither. Yeah, chart a course. Let's find out. We are going to mill them for a lot. Let's keep count. They're at 33 right now. I don't think we're going to have enough, but I'm curious to see how far we can get. I think it would probably involve drawing an opt to for the full value here. All right, we'll hit him for 4 more. Surprisingly, this is actually close. If we had another turn, oh, we hit the opt. I'd say if we had another turn, I think we would have gotten there. It's pretty funny, actually. All right, we'll opt. 1 mana, mill 6. Pretty good. Whatever. If only we had fogs. All right, well, we hit him for 22 cards that turn. 33 down to 11. You know what? That's pretty good. One more turn and we would have won this game. Unfortunately, we have died. All right, fair enough. That's the way it goes. I don't really know what my expectations are for this series. I haven't played many constructed events like this. I've mostly just been drafting like crazy on Arena, so I actually don't know the full level of competitiveness in terms of decks that people bring to these events. So I do like that we got off to a 2-0 start here. I'm happy no matter what happens the rest of the way. All right, here goes. We are on the draw this time around. This hand is very slow. I actually kind of think I want to mulligan it. Double Kidmister's Insight is a little rough. We don't have a 2-drop that does anything. I think our deck mulligans pretty decently, and there you go. Yeah, I may as well keep the land. It's probably fine. Yeah, this hand could be great. If our opponent isn't too fast, we can go Radical Idea into Psychic Corrosion. Patient Rebuilding is just a bomb. It was a bomb in M19. It's a bomb now. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent mills 3. Then you draw a card for each land card, put in the graveyard this way. So we're probably drawing cards. We're milling them for 3 a turn. And then, of course, drawing is going to mill them for more thanks to Psychic Corrosion and things like that. So here's what I love. It is turn 3 and our opponent hasn't done anything to us yet. We're playing, well, that's a lot of lands. We are playing the game on an axis in which they are not. They're playing at Johnny's Welcomes, and yeah, they're probably going to gain a whole bunch of life this game, but this is their life total right here. And yes, their life total is 50. That's quite a bit, but it's going to start going very quickly. All right, start off with our Radical Idea. Beautiful Charter Course. There's a Mystic, and there's a Chemistry's Insight, huh? I may as well just discard a land. We have plenty. We'll see how many tokens our opponent can make this turn. I'm sure March of the Multitudes is around there somewhere, but Shanna gets out of control pretty quickly. Can't be the target of abilities your opponents control, not spells. So we'll still get to, put whatever we have on it, a Deep Freeze or a Water Knot or whatever. Wow, our opponent just assuring it, putting a counter on it, making it indestructible until the turn. That is just absolutely not what they want, and now I just get to tap out for Patient Rebuilding. Past the turn. I hope you can deal with this, because if not, it is going to deal with you. I love the Bolus art in the background, by the way. Big fan of Bolus. All right. Oh, no, they can deal with it. Look at that, Knight of Autumn. Grows the Shanna. Hits our... Oh, they hit our Psychic Corrosion. Okay. I can understand that. This might be more dangerous for them, though. They milled 3. We drew 2. Well, we drew 1 extra. All right, I have 6 mana here. I kind of like playing Drowned Secrets and Murmuring Mystic, actually. Because our life total isn't in a ton of danger. The Mystic actually blocks the Knight of Autumn. And, I mean, heck, it might even block the Shanna. But then, if we do get to untap with our board as it stands, we'll have a bunch of draw spells and or removal. But at a minimum, I'll be drawing, 3 to 4 cards next turn. And that'll make a lot of tokens as well. So we have a lot of different angles working for us here. And, in fact, I'm just going to go for this, I guess. I don't really know what they could have one way or another here, but yeah, that's fine. I don't mind taking the damage. Now we get a Patient Rebuild them again. We hit a land. Oh, they actually didn't mill any lands. Okay. I'm just going to Chemistry's Insight to start things off. We'll hit our opponent for 2. For that, we'll make a token. We don't have the Psychic Corrosion anymore, so that does make a difference. But that's fine. Now I'm just going to Deep Freeze the Shanna. We'll hit him again. This is the slower version of mill. It definitely goes faster with the Psychic Corrosions involved. But that said, our opponent, they're at 24 now. They're not even ahead on board. They have a third of Johnny's Mantra, which or Johnny's Welcome. No offense to Johnny's Welcome. Probably not what you need here. We get to hit him with the Patient Rebuilding again. Looks like they hit 1 land. We get another land drop out of it. What to do here? Kind of think I'm just going to Chart a Course. I want to see as many cards as possible for the least amount of mana to start with to see if I can chain things together here. But I think we're looking pretty good in this one. Well, may as well do it again, I suppose. Not like I really want to blink of an eye the Knight of Autumn. I mean, we're just having our way with this game. All right, so there you go. We've got I'm going to give it one of these. If it's the same thing, they're pretty much the same thing. I'll go to the Water Knot. All right, play land. I could deep freeze this thing. It really just doesn't matter. So I'm just going to pass the turn and cast Chemistry's Insight in the instep. Like I said, the slower way to mill our opponent out, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, there's a target to blink of an eye. Man, that's scary. Okay, I guess I have to let it resolve and blink of an eye it. That is, Shalai is a problem, won't lie. I mean, I can deep freeze it as well, because it loses all other abilities. So that does help, but that doesn't help us in our upkeep necessarily. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it now. This way we get our full upkeep out of it. I can't target them, but I have to target somebody. Oh, well, our opponent's going to scoop. Okay. I was going to have to target myself there. But we would have untapped. We would have hit them for a lot more. And then the next turn when it came around, even though we would have had to, at that point, miss our patient rebuilding trigger, we still would have got it with the deep freeze. All right, on to the next one. Look at that. We got 3 wins with this deck. At worst, we're breaking even right now. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Shout out to Dev for this deck. I am constantly impressed at the decks he puts out for his channel, Strictly Better MTG. It's actually just very impressive how consistent the quality is. Because I've played a couple of them before, and whether they're budget or something else that, hey, maybe it doesn't seem that impressive. It's hard to brew. People only want good decks, but for budget decks, his decks are very, very competitive a lot of the time, and sometimes he does non-budget brews as well. All right, I'm going to hold off on the opt there because the thing is, I mean, we'll see if we did resolve it. Okay. We obviously are just drowning in land here. Get it? Because they're islands. But anyways, there's no reason to cast the opt yet, right? We may as well just play the drown secrets there so that we get the max, just hold the opt, get the maximum amount of triggers out of this card. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and try to resolve a Chart of Course here and see what happens. And having a bunch of lands in our hand when our deck is full of Ops and Blink of an Eyes and Chart of Courses and Chemistry's Insight and things like that, it's really not so bad. All right, so we'll pass the turn with Opt up here. We got another Chart of Course, but I'm definitely tapping out for Murmuring Mystic next turn and just going to see what happens. Our opponent, of course, could be playing Drakes. In fact, I would assume that they're playing Drakes, and that's, especially on the draw here, that would be the scariest thing for us, but looks like all they've got's a Mystic. I don't think I want to land. I do want a Patient Rebuilding. That seems pretty solid. Well, I don't know what the odds of us actually untapping with this are. And there's a lot of unfortunate things going on here. I mean, our opponent got theirs first, so they can actually, misses, huh? They can untap, probably fairly easily kill our Murmuring Mystic, triggering their own and just starting the ball rolling, and we'll never be able to catch up in tokens. That said, I don't know how many spells they run that actually deal 5 damage to it. Lava Coils are 4, sure. They're 1 short of Banefiring it. We might actually just get away with... they might not have a better option than to let us untap. And at that point, even if they have counter spells or whatever that they're sure to have, we get to do quite a bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I don't think it's correct to just slam Patient Rebuilding. So I'm just going to go ahead and Chart a Course here. We want to get as much value out of this Mystic while we can, because if our opponent does have a Banefire or something, they can untap and deal with it. So let's just go ahead and do this now. I'd like to hit an opt off of this. I did not. Well, that seems fine. We can still pass the turn here. We've got Radical Idea up, or Blink of an Eye if things go, completely sideways and we have to bounce something. I have no doubt our opponent is also going to get quite a bit of value off of Murmuring Mystic, but the thing is, for them, it's not about controlling the board. I have no doubt that they will probably Murmuring Mystic us to death before we kill them with it. That said, this is their clock. That's what they have to worry about, which means winning the Murmuring Mystic War isn't enough. They have to win it fast enough to kill us, and that is where things are going to get tricky for them. All that said, drawing a bunch of cards is a good way to do it. But I just am going to trade every bird off I can and never tap my memory, never block from a Murmuring Mystic. Well, you know what? That might actually be a problem. This is probably going to kill us faster than the Murmuring Mystic will. I like it, though. Sweet. I guess that's the next iteration of this deck, right? Instead of milling him out, we kill him with these two cards. All right, bring it in. They get to play Goblin Electromancer as well, which is always a nice one. All that said, though, it is turn 5 or 6 now. Our life total is still at 20. That is exactly where I wanted, and while it's probably not going to remain there for too much longer, I might actually get to untap and play a Patient Rebuilding here. Depends what we hit, but our opponent has to be thinking that they have, relatively few ways to actually deal with what we're doing to them. Because, yeah, they can get all the value they want out of their graveyard, but if they can't kill us fast enough, it's not going to matter. These Crackling Drakes are going to be big, though. The Drakes are going to be the problem. But we have 2 birds to block with. I mean, heck, we can even block Drakes if we get enough birds. Oh, man, my opponent's actually going to... This is great for us. My opponent's syncopating our Radical idea. Which, 1, not a big deal. We already got the token out of it. But 2, it means they're not going to have any mana open to counter this Patient Rebuilding. And while Patient Rebuilding is obviously a bit of a do-nothing this turn, I mean, we're going to hit our opponent for 2 with Drown Secrets, but we're not going to make them mill anything. This is going to be a real bomb once we untap. My opponent now has 6 mana. This is the turn where they could play Niv Mizzet or something. But honestly, I welcome it if they do play Niv Mizzet Perun. Or Perrin, I'm not sure. But this card is very, very good, by the way. I love this card. But it is dangerous to just tap out for. They're just going to start burning us, or is this lightning? Hard to tell. Oh, are they copying the lightning strike to kill our Murmuring Mystic? Okay. I can respect that. No, they're sending... No, yeah, they did. Okay. Well, they're down to 2 mana open. I'll probably just deep freeze the Murmuring Mystic at this point. They get in for 2. I mean, they're... with Burn in their deck, they're probably not a ton of turns away, but this Patient Rebuilding could be very good for us. Yeah, risk factor's annoying. We didn't actually get to draw any extra cards off of it there. That said, I've got a deep freeze for the Murmuring Mystic here. We get to hit him with our Drown Secrets. I've got another deep freeze for the Electrostatic Field if I really want it. I can turn it into another 0-4. But I could also just blink of an eye it. The risk factors are... I mean, maybe it's not a big deal. I actually just let them draw cards. Mills them out faster, am I right? I guess I pass. No, I think I just want to get rid of the Electrostatic Field now. Well, this is going to be close. We're going to need our Patient Rebuilding to do some work here. All right, that resolved. Chart of Course is a nice one. If Patient Rebuilding can hit him and draw us a couple extra cards, we can start chaining some things together here. I'm going to be honest. I'm worried about randomly getting burned out of the game. It's a 15-4, huh? Okay. Well, I'd like to see them play this wall. Because if we get to deep freeze this and it gets countered, we're in a lot of trouble. So let's hope that we get to hit this. If we do, we might be in a good spot. But if one of our opponent's 2 remaining cards is a counter spell, well, we'll see. We'll hit them with the Patient Rebuilding. Looks like they hit a land there. And we got a couple cards. We got plenty of cards, actually. All right, well, let's just try to deep freeze it and see what happens. Fingers crossed. Oh, they're thinking about it. I don't like that. Please don't counterspell it. No! Ionize. Okay, well, I guess we're going to chart a course and see what happens here. We were so close this game, too. I don't think this is going to be good enough. I believe that we have died. It was very close, though. We got him down to 14 cards. If we'd been able to answer this Crackling Drake, then we would have gotten there. We were very, very close. Not drawing any cards off of our Patient Rebuilding last turn. That was pretty rough. But, alas, we have fallen. 19-4 Crackling Drake took it down. Maybe I wasn't supposed to hit the Mystic, but as you can see, we were just taking, chunk damage there, little bits and pieces at a time, and I wanted to, burn that, hoping that it would save us 3 to 4 to 5, 6 points of damage over the next 2 turns, which could have easily been the difference between winning or losing. I had a removal spell in hand with the Deep Freeze. I think the line I took there was pretty good. Didn't quite work out because they had an Ionize up, but even with that Ionize, we still had outs. We still could have hit a bounce spell forward or had another Deep Freeze or Water Knot, so actually still had options. All right, well, here we go again. Let's see what we can do. This time we get to be on the play, and yeah, I'm in. This deck is full of, as long as you have lands and spells, this deck can play because all of its cards just find more cards. Now, what we don't have here is a mill piece, but with the opt and the charter course, hopefully we can find one. Got removal, got plenty of draws. I actually not sure which is better, if it's Psychic Corrosion or Drowned Secrets. Drowned Secrets is certainly the more consistent one. Triggers off everything in the deck, but Psychic Corrosion is what gets out of control very quickly. Alright, so our opponent has the Siren Storm Tamer. Looks like they might be playing mono blue tempo, which is probably really bad for us, but we'll see. Alright, let's see what this Shard of Course digs up. And here's the Drowned Secrets. That's a start. I'm going to go ahead and pitch the island, I guess. We're just going to have to kind of hope that we can get there on lands in the next 2 draws and then Chemist's Insight to refill. But I won't lie, I'm pretty scared of this deck we're playing against. It's got counter magic, it's got a clock. It's got a lot of things that might be kind of bad for us. That said, we're going to go ahead and get it started here. We're going to play out Drowned Secrets and hope we don't get Spell Pierced. Well, I did not get Spell Pierced, that's for sure. That is a mana leak if you have a pirate, and you know what? Siren Storm Tamer is a pirate, so I guess I'm passing the turn back. This isn't exactly a fast clock, but it did hit one of our pretty key spells there. Alright, down to 18. I was kind of hoping to get a little extra value out of this opt. With that, alright, gonna get rid of that. We just need lands here. Not a land. Not a land. I wonder if I just deep freeze this thing now. I feel so bad, but you know what? I'm not doing anything else with it. Honestly, this thing has this ability. Okay, they're going to counter our deep freeze, sure. But this has an ability to protect their other creatures. I believe that's how it would work. Yeah, I believe that our deep freeze would target, and they can just use the Storm Tamer to counter whatever which want to target then anyway, a Tempest Djinn or what have you. So just getting that off the table had, certainly was a little bit appealing. Now, obviously, we have no choice. We just have to go after the Tempest Djinn, and we're just going to get blown out by the Siren Storm Tamer, but that's just the way it is, and we're going to have to blink of an eye it. Our deck didn't cooperate too much here. I mean, our deck did okay, actually, I guess, but missing our land here, I think it was correct to discard earlier, but just unlucky we didn't hit one, and we were forced to deal with our opponent's board instead of drawing more cards. So it's definitely going to be a little rough. The blink of an eye is, well, they do a little. Well, you know what? Another deep freeze is worth a shot. If our opponent counters 3 deep freezes in a row, more power to them. That's what they're going to do. Okay. Oh, man. Well, they had a great hand, didn't they? They had the 1-drop that protects stuff. They've had 3 counterspells since then. Now they have protection for it again. I actually just don't think I can win now. They had a great draw. I can see myself playing some Tempest Djinns in the future for this series, by the way. Don't be surprised. A Sigiled Sword of Valoron. Good for them. Alright, let's opt to hit a land if we can here. That's not a land. As much as I want it. Also not a land, huh? Alright, well. I guess we're going to blink of an eye. Hopefully they put the sword onto the Djinn. And then we get to bounce the Djinn. That is what they're doing. I guess the problem with this is that we still die. I could bounce the Sigiled Sword to not die. Realistically, though, we're just dead. The thing is, if I targeted the Tempest Djinn, they could have protected it with the Siren Storm Tamer, and then we would have just taken 7. As is, we take 6, and yeah, we die anyways. So I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference. All right, good game. Good games. Well, there you go, everybody. 3-3. Not bad for our first time out. Had a lot of fun here with Mono Blue Mill. One last shout out to Strictly Better MTG Dev for hooking us up with the deck list. Definitely go check out his video on this. And you know what? Please, please, please give me all the feedback you can for this series. I want to make arena content that people want to watch. I want to make it good. I want to do something different. That's why I haven't just jumped into it yet. That's why I waited until I felt like I had something worth pitching. And that's this. It's 12 rare runs. Or 10 rares, or whatever's the catchier name, let me know. But that's the idea. I think that is a really good thing to shoot for. It's so much easier to put together a deck with 10 or 12 rares than a deck with, 20 or 24 rares in Arena. And I think there's a lot to be said for the free-to-play crowd, and that's one of the ways that people interact with the game, and that's what I think I have a great chance of helping those people have fun. And you know what? I'm going to have a lot of fun along the way. So there you go, everybody. Thank you for watching. I guess we got to see our prizes here, right? What are our 3 uncommons? Oh, a Reliquary Tower. That's actually sweet. We got 400 gold. We got a stock. Okay, that's playable. What's this? Is this a rare? It is. It's an Open the Graves. Not the best rare ever, but you know what? A rare is a rare. So we got, we paid 500 gold to enter. We went 3-3, which is a 50% win rate. If you can assume that is, that's certainly the average of the system. We got 400 gold back, and we got 2 uncommons and a rare. That's pretty good. Pretty good for a deck with 6 rares in it. There you go, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. And for real, give me some feedback about this video. Let us know. Let TCGplayer know. Share it with your friends. See what they think. We want to know what people want from Arena, and I want to deliver that to you. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.